A sexual break from homework, lesbian first-time sex toy erotica. Written by Layla Mills. Narrated by Felicia Faraday. Marlene and Diana, both freshmen and roommates in college, were busy at work in their dorm room. Marlene, 19 years old, was sitting at her desk in a pair of white short shorts and a tank top, typing an essay, while Diana, 18 years old, was working on her homework on her bed. Diana was stretched out in nothing more than a pair of pink panties and a t-shirt as she read through her history book, every now and then brushing her blonde hair from her eyes that were beginning to hurt from all the reading she was doing. It was Friday night, and they both were staying in to get their heaps of work out of the way so they could go out on Saturday and go dancing at the clubs. Marlene pushed her hands above her head, stretching out the kinks in her body, and looked at the time. The digits, 10:35, stared back at her from the computer monitor, and she sighed, running her fingers through her straight black hair. "Wow, Diana, we have been sitting here for over 5 hours working," Marlene said, standing up, walking rather hunched over to her bed and crawling face down to her pillow. "Are you serious?" Diana said, rolling over onto her back and staring at the ceiling, then looking over at Marlene. "I'm afraid so." Diana rolled to her side and propped her head up with her arm. She looked at Marlene's form lying on the bed, and she had never admitted this to her roommate before, but Diana had always found her sexually attractive since the first time they met 2 months ago at the beginning of the semester. Diana and Marlene always played around as if they were interested in sex with each other, but the playfulness never went any farther than grabbing or slapping each other on the ass or the occasional sexy dancing with one another at the club. Diana herself was bisexual and had had a couple of female experiences in her life. Marlene had never had that experience, and as much as she played the part, nothing ever went far enough to become something sexual between her and Diana. But Diana was now looking over Marlene's body, lying on the bed, and she admired the way Marlene's shorts rode up between her ass cheeks. She found herself looking at the way Marlene's breasts pushed out from under her form, and she felt the tingle pass through her tummy. She began to wonder what it would be like to be locked in a kiss with Marlene, what her breasts would feel like against her own, and how good her pussy tasted. Before Diana knew what she was doing, she crossed the room and sat down on the bed next to Marlene. Marlene only turned her head to look at her friend and smiled. Diana sat a little closer to Marlene's side and started massaging.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?